That was ridiculous. That was a lot. That was a lot to do. I don't even think my mic's set up. Right? It seems to be more like up here ish. Oh god. Why do things suck?
This is gonna be great.
This is gonna be terrible. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be bad. Well, I like how we did like the setup of like this is where I'm gonna sit, that's where you're gonna sit, but I'm definitely not going to stay in this position because halfway through I will just like.
Oh, you pushed the table, you jerk.
This is like
you
how
messed up the lighting.
Oh my god!
How dare you?
Look.
Oh wow, you fixed it.
Yeah.
Well, you want to lock the table? Let's lock the table. We always forget to do that.
Mine is locked. It's the other wheels over there that aren't locked.
Oh, is it?
Both of our sides are locked.
Great, cool. Just don't be a bitch.
Why is it not following?
Oh, it's not following. Hold up.
What did you do?
I don't know. I do not know. Okay, all right. Victory. Victory is mine. I've achieved victory. Dear God. Okay.
I don't even know what you did. Are you sure it's working right?
Yeah, I fixed it.
Why is my highlighted and yours not?
They're both highlighted.
No, it's not. Look, mine's like light. Mine's the second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so mine's like light blue and yours is like black.
Oh, that's just the track. That doesn't matter.
Okay.
That's just whatever I've clicked on. So it's like if I want to edit the sound effects, not sound effects, the track effects. So like the equalizer and stuff like that. That's just telling me which one of those I'm editing on.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Oh man. This has been stressful, which is exciting for me because we're gonna be doing a really nice episode that is not stressful. I really, really like these. We have mugs. You can't see them until I pick it up because you can't see the table. But we've got...
I have the crappy one.
You don't have to have the crappy one. You could have.
I was going to switch them out. I was going to give you this one. But because yours looks actually really nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. I like it.
It's okay. I'll fix it later. This was a good day. I was having a good day. I was like, I'm being productive, getting so many things done. I feel like great homework done on top of everything. Now I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I'm crashing and I'm like, everything's terrible.
Yeah, it was because
the world sucks.
We just had like a, what time is it? 4 o'clock? We've had like a
4:12, yeah.
Almost a 2-hour, like setup of this
meeting
slash decision making, and it's just like a lot of stuff happened today because this is a big day. And
I started actually at noon, like setting up, like putting the final pieces on everything, and so it's been like 4 hours.
Yeah, it's been
getting everything ready.
A lot, but look at us. You can see us now. Look at that.
It's not pretty.
I'm so mad because for spooky season, for the spookiest day of the year, I dressed up as Shaggy. And canonically, Shaggy doesn't have a mustache, so I shaved my mustache, which is
I was gonna say that. Like, this is the first time that they're gonna actually like be seeing you, and this is how you wanted to present yourself.
And it's not good. I've had a mustache for 2.5 years. Basically the day I graduated high school. I just have been having. I guess that really puts it in perspective. It's only been 2.5 years. Jeez.
It feels a lot longer, doesn't it?
But I shaved it. I'd never shaved my mustache like completely until this weekend because I wanted to be accurate to Shaggy, and Shaggy doesn't have a mustache. Some people would do him with a mustache, but he doesn't have a mustache. You should do him with a mustache. I should have.
He doesn't have like little like 3 hairs on the top of his lip or something.
He has.
Really?
He has just the original Hanna-Barbera Shaggy. Just has the bottom. This is the bottom stuff.
I'm gonna actually keep that webpage open because I'm gonna refer to it.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't.
Yeah, right?
Gross.
But a lot of people remember him with like a mustache, and other people will do the Shaggy thing with a mustache. I'm like, you can't because that's not Shaggy because he didn't. So I committed. I hate it, but I committed. You hate it more than I do.
I really do hate it. Is that a Mandela effect? A Shaggy with a mustache?
I don't think so. I mean, not for me. I've always remembered him with just the goatee, but like. I'm sure that there might be someone that's like, oh, yeah, he has a mustache, he doesn't have a mustache. But there's a lot of things that are Mandela effect that you wouldn't think are Mandela effects, right? Like the friggin' Pikachu tail one. That one's crazy to me.
Doesn't it have like a black tip at the end?
I always thought he did, but maybe he doesn't, or maybe he...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Now we have to look up what the
Oh, man.
Pikachu...
We're so poorly prepared. Now they have to... What's going to be great is, like, them seeing me edit through this stuff. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have it. That's the thing, is he doesn't have it. He has it on the ears, but he doesn't have it.
No, I remember it on his tail.
I remember it on his tail, too.
I remember it.
And that was, like, a big thing, was, like, I would draw Pikachu and I'd put a black line on his tail.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't have it. It's crazy. That stuff it's always blowing my mind whenever I see one of those. And it's, like, because some of them you're like, yeah. And other ones you're like, whoa.
Wait a second. Yeah, but... That's what makes them indelible, because you see some of them and you're like, no, it's always been this way. Like, for sure, I don't remember it the other way, but some of them you remember both, and you're like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah, and that's so strange to me. I don't remember. Oh, I do remember. We went to a shop and we were just buying knickknacks for the set. Oh, there it is. Lovely. It looks like a lei on him.
It does.
That's awesome. We just went to a shop to find stuff to hold things and to find stuff to put up there, and I saw him. I think I asked Kat, was like, hey, can I get him? And she was like, sure.
Oh, I don't have my table over here anymore.
Nope. And then I asked Randy, and I was like, hey, can we get him for the set? And she was like,
no.
But then I bought him anyways, and now we love him. So this is Gert.
I like seeing just the tiny little peaks, and then it's a big peak.
This has gone on for too long.
It has. It's too much. Don't be aggressive with Gert.
I'm sorry. He wasn't going in his glove.
I just want to sit here and like point everything out, but that's not the point. Is that they can see it
is that
themselves.
you can see it yourselves.
And the
unless
more
it's
you
out
look
of focus,
at it, the more you'll find stuff. And if it's out of focus, well, then you don't get to see any of it.
Yeah,
and we wasted time.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the introduction now? Or?
Yeah, I forgot to put the timer up, but I'm Taylor.
I'm Randy.
And this is the podcast. Wait, shit. This is Media for the Intellectually Impoverished. I'm Taylor.
And I'm Randy.
And this is the podcast that
enriches your mediocre lives.
Yeah, I'm going to put the timer on the thing.
Okay, I can't wait for everybody to see like how annoyed I get at Taylor all of the time now. It's just me constantly rolling my eyes. You can finally put a visual to the silence. It's not awkward silence. It's just the disappointed silence.
It's in one of these docs. Is it over here? Oh, I think it's over here. There it is. Time. Boom. Undock. I'm sorry, this is taking way too long. I don't want to do that. You stupid piece of equipment. Listen to me, your master. Thank you. Good God. Oh, yeah, there it is. Let's go. We can cut this out. We can cut it.
No, I've been staring at the camera the whole time.
No,
You have to leave it in.
No, I can't.
You have to leave it in.
It's like a minute and a half of just silence. Anybody that's not watching the video.
It's not silence. You were talking the whole time. And then you can just slowly zoom in on me.
Oh, great. I can't wait to add video editing to like part of the docket of things I must do. So today is kind of a last minute thing because we've had a lot going on today. So she's real happy about it. You can tell. Nice.
Randy's gonna stay. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything. No.
So we're just gonna talk about like our comfort pieces, like things that we enjoy, or that we go to when we're having a tough time or a stressful time, because we're both stressed
all the time.
Today specifically. Very stressful.
I wasn't. I was not until about 30 minutes ago.
30 minutes ago?
Yeah.
What was the switch?
Don't know.
It's probably when we started doing the camera stuff.
Probably.
Because now you're in front of a camera.
Yeah, but I'm not scared in front of a camera. I don't think I look good.
Right? Oh, I think I look terrible. That's going to be great. Maybe we'll eventually like hire hair and makeup people and we'll...
I have makeup in my bag, and the plan was to do my makeup before we started, and then just we had to get everything else done, and so I was like, no.
It's cool. Next week, come with makeup done.
I get up at 7 a.m.
Get up I'm sorry. You don't have to.
I mean, women out there who get up at like 5 a.m. and then do a full face of makeup and look gorgeous throughout the day, like, good on you. But I am not going to wake up at 7 a.m. to do my makeup. I value sleep way too much.
Way too much. Oh man, I sleep so much. In fact, I sleep so much that I shirk other responsibilities just to sleep. Isn't that the greatest?
You take it a bit too far. Look, I get mental health and everything, but Taylor, come on.
Oh, bro, if I ain't sleeping, I ain't living. People are like, I'll sleep when I'm dead. No, I'm going to sleep till I'm dead.
Okay, so comfort media, that's what we're going to do? Because I thought we were just going to talk about things that we're like currently like watching.
Yeah, that too. Sure.
I don't like this. I need...
Okay, cool. You pick then. You pick. If you don't, because you need a thing, I don't like picking things because I could talk about anything. If you need a thing, then you pick the thing.
Comfort it is.
All right. Comfort media. Do you want to go first?
No.
Okay, cool. I'll go first. So I play a lot of video games. I've been playing.
That's it. That's all you say.
That's it. All right, your turn.
Yeah.
I play a lot of video games, and that's how I spend most of my time that I'm not, actively creating or working on other things. Is video games, and I read a lot of manga. And I gotta say, if I, it's like the one thing that I'm always seeing myself go back to is right now is like One Punch Man, the manga. That and Smash Bros. Oh geez, I play so much Smash Bros.
You do, you really do, and I don't get any of it.
I mean, I don't
You're
either.
constantly coming up to me and telling me like, oh, this character's gonna be in... I'm like, what?
Yes, Sora got in Smash, which is huge.
You told me that?
Huge.
But you told me that like 7 different times, and every time you said it to me, I was like, I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, so...
And then you'd explain it, and then the next time you said it, I'd say again, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Sora is half owned by Disney, right? That's a big thing about Sora, because Sora's from Kingdom Hearts, which is like my favorite video game series ever. Sora's from Kingdom Hearts. He's half owned by Disney because Disney owns half of the shares to the Kingdom Hearts series.
Okay.
It's half Square Enix, half Disney. Back when Smash 4 came out, Sakurai, the creator of the game, the director, did a poll. He was like, hey, what characters do you want to see in the game? And people put a bunch of names in, and the names that came up the most got into the secondary level of the poll, where they're like, okay, out of these characters, which do you want? And they just sort of did like a tourney style thing. And the number one most asked for, most requested character was Sora from Kingdom Hearts. And at the time in Smash 4, he could not do that, because this was before anybody sort of out of Nintendo was making it in, except for Sonic and Snake from Metal Gear Solid. And then Smash 4 rolls around, and they introduced Bayonetta. They introduced Cloud from Final Fantasy VII, Ryu from Street Fighter, and I think what he did is brilliant. So he started with a very well-known Square Enix character, Cloud, right? That was like one of the first Smash 4 DLCs, and it was a really, really big one because he's super well-known. He's one of the most influential gaming characters in history, and it was just around when they'd announced the remake for Final Fantasy VII, way before it was released because it was super postponed. After all those DLC characters come out in Smash Ultimate, they once again are introducing very well-known JRPG characters. They've proven to not only like Disney, but like the world, that this game is viable and it's a good way to make money. We're doing things that are good, and we've built up this sort of reputation with the gaming community that this is the game that brings together gamers.
Okay.
So they had another like out of party characters that aren't Nintendo, a bunch more. They had Steve from Minecraft, which is huge. That's a Microsoft
interesting.
thing.
Okay, yeah.
They had Banjo and Kazooie before that. So what I think they did is Banjo and Kazooie is currently owned by Microsoft because of the way that Rareware fell through the cracks and was picked up by Microsoft. And so they got Banjo and Kazooie in, I think, the first Fighter Pass, and built up that reputation using Banjo and Kazooie with Microsoft. And they're like, hey, what about Minecraft Steve? And they're like, well, you did a really good job with Banjo-Kazooie, and the sales for our whatever thing went up. So sure, we'll put Steve in. And then once they got Steve in, that's huge, right? That's Microsoft's like baby child right now.
Yeah.
That and Master Chief. And so Minecraft Steve gets in, and then finally, at the very, very last character, they go to Disney, and they're like, hey, we've done all of this. We've created this really healthy gaming community. Well, we've created this very sustainable game.
Go. Okay.
And really doing really well financially. We're still selling millions of copies, right? And the characters that come out still sell millions of copies. They're like, can we use Sora? Square's like, yeah, go for it. You've got Cloud, you've got Sephiroth. Those are two big characters from Square, and they boosted our sales for the Final Fantasy VII remake. It's like it's up to Disney. And so what Sakurai did is I think he ended up paying $4 million to like in royalties to use the image of the 3-circle Mickey Mouse at the end of Sora's keychain.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
So they paid them $4 million.
Wow. Yeah.
It just because there's one shot in the trailer where you see the end of the Keyblade, which is the keychain that has the little Mickey Mouse thing on it. That shot cost $4 million.
That's insane.
It was like 2 seconds long.
Yeah.
And because they finally convinced Disney, like, hey, like this is like a big deal.
Yeah.
Right. And we wouldn't be asking if this wasn't a big deal. And they finally got Sora in Smash after years.
Wow.
Years. And it's awesome. I mean, he plays super fun, and this is gonna end up being the thing I can talk about now. Smash Bros.
Okay.
He plays super fun. I play so much. I've logged hundreds of hours, and it's sad. I played about as much of Smash Bros. As most people play of Animal Crossing, right? It's insane.
I guess.
I play a lot of, like with my friends, I play competitively. I've wanted to compete in tournaments, but like there aren't really very many local tournaments going on.
I see, okay.
But there are a few that I'm going to compete in soon. And on campus, I'm currently the best Smash player, I think. We held a couple tournaments, and I used to kick ass. I think there's one guy that would beat me pretty consistently.
When was the last time you played one of these tournaments?
This semester.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I only remember there being one, I don't know, last semester, maybe the
2
semester
semesters
before
ago.
that, yeah.
But I play Little Mac. Anyone that plays Smash Bros. Is going to be like, what? You play Little Mac? Yes, I do. And I'm very, very good at it. In the dorm, we play Smash Bros. Like almost daily. And I'm the guy that, it's like, that's my game. So like Chris has Mario Kart. He's literally got a counter on a sticky note up against the TV. That's his current consecutive Mario Kart wins. It's like 26 or 27. And he says, I'm not stopping till I hit 100. Consecutive wins in Mario Kart.
So what if he loses? Then he has to start over?
Yeah. So the plan is to let him get to about 80 and then really kick in the gas.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You gotta get to like 95.
Yeah, it'd break his heart. But yeah, Smash Bros. Is my game, and then Asabier, who's another one of our roommates, his game is Tetris.
Not our roommates.
One of my roommates.
I don't live here.
Yeah. His game is Tetris, and he kicks ass at Tetris. It's so upsetting. You were there.
Yes, I was, and it was hilarious watching you get defeated, watching you lose over and over again.
I was so mad.
It was the best.
I was so mad.
And Xavier wasn't even trying. He was doing like he was on the phone. He was on a phone call, and he still beat your ass.
It's so upsetting. And like I got better at Tetris, and now I can beat him like once a night. Like in
you have to warm up first, and then you can.
Right, and so it's like the Puyo Puyo Tetris mix, so you can play either one. And I beat him. You have to win 2 matches. It's like best 2 out of 3, or best 3 out of 2 out of 3. If it's 2 people, depending on, but whatever. Basically, you have to win 2 matches, and I would win one of the 2 matches, and then he'd sweep me and win the rest, and then it's just so sad.
Because when he sees that you're winning, then he's like, "Oh, I actually have to like try now."
Yeah, yeah, it's okay though, because I win at Smash Bros, and that makes me feel good. But yeah, so Sora being in Smash was just such a big deal, especially for me, because like that's my childhood game is Kingdom Hearts. And seeing him in Smash Bros. And he plays really, really fun as well. So it's not even like boring to play with him. He's got some crazy combo potential. Like I watch competitive Smash Bros. Like high level competitive Smash Bros. And the things that they do are crazy. But I'm also like, there's sometimes I'm watching them play and I'm like, I could beat that person. I could. And I will stand by that fact. In fact, anybody that wants to challenge me in Smash Bros, just email the podcast or contact the podcast and give me your like Nintendo code and I'll kick your ass. I'll do it.
I'm thinking about something. I don't believe you.
You don't believe me? You don't believe that I kicked their ass?
Not everybody's ass. There's always a bigger fish.
That's true. There's probably one person, but I'm fairly confident in my Smash Bros skills that I would win.
But that wasn't what I was thinking of. I was thinking that I now have a camera, which is not a good thing for me because I think of my life as like a television show and I'm always looking at an imaginary camera. Mm-hmm. But now I actually have a camera to look at. And so like every time you say something dumb or like I get to look at the camera now I'm like, the visual bits, like y'all are missing so many visual bits if you're not watching the video.
Yeah, I mean, this is a monumental moment for us. It
really is. And I don't think we mentioned that, like, we did mention that we were visually recording now, but that this is going to be up on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, so we'll have we do have a YouTube channel. We've
always had a YouTube channel.
It's not the best. We haven't really kept it up to date because it hasn't really been our main focus up until now. So this will be up on our YouTube channel, Media for the Intellectually Impoverished. Check us out. You'll be able to see our faces,
and you'll see our beautiful set.
And our set.
And you can watch me live out my dream of being in a sitcom.
Yeah, she's always wanted to be in a sitcom, and now she kind of is.
I can.
You want me to put a laugh track in?
Yeah. But we can't put it in post. We'll need a button eventually so that I can press it.
One day I change the button out and it's the one that says, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
This is really bad. I feel like my mental illness is showing.
Heck yeah, man. We stand that.
I'm sorry, keep talking about Smash Bros. I was just thinking that this is bad that I actually have a camera to look at.
I remember one day I came back really sad because I'd had a tough day in class and I legit, like, I had sat down. It was one of those sit downs where, like, I didn't even take off my backpack or my shoes. I just sat down and I started crying and stuff. And then Chris walks in the door.
Oh, no.
And he opens the door because I was listening to music and he just opens the door and he goes, "Are you good?"
Oh.
And I was like, "Nah, it's not a tough day. I'm just going to go in my room and cry for a bit."
Chris is such a sweet guy.
He's awesome. And then I'm in there and I was kind of just, wallowing for a bit. And then he texts me and he's like, "Hey, if you don't want to cry anymore, we can play Smash Bros. I'll skip class if you want." And I was like, I would love that. And so we went out into the living room and played Smash Bros. For like 4 hours. It was me and him playing. And then other people showed up and we started playing. And then more people. And then I was no longer sad.
That's good.
But yeah, I think that it really, the essence of a comfort game is the ability to like take you out of whatever mood you're in, I guess. Yeah. Or just like it's just something that you go back to when you're feeling blue because it's gonna be there. It's gonna be the thing that I do. It's like I just really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's fun. And it's like a party game too, so you can play it with your friends or you can play it alone. There's a whole bunch of different options because they've got like the classic mode, which is you versus computers on like, and they make different. They tell kind of like stories, right? So the one that I played for the most recently was the Kingdom Hearts one. It's for Sora, and it's like you're going through the games, and it's got like key moments, but instead of like the actual characters from the games, they've like recreated the situations using Smash Bros. Characters. Super cute. And I played through that when I'm playing by myself. There's also the online mode where you can go and play with strangers. You can do tournaments, but those kind of make me mad because I don't always win.
You really are a sore loser, aren't you?
I'm such a I didn't realize that for a long time, and it's because I didn't lose. But yeah, I mean, I'll do that. There's the home run contest, which is what I really like. So you're just beating up a sandbag until you can get it to like a super high percent, and then a bat shows up, and then you hit it with the bat, and then knock it as far as you can. And that's always really fun to try because I look online and see people do like crazy stuff, get it up to like 400, 500%, and then knock it with the bat.
Wow.
And it's insane. And yeah, I mean, they also have like an entire story mode, like it's like the World of Light, I think, where you play as like the characters, and you're trying to find your friends, and you have to battle the spirits because they implemented in
I never realized there was so much for Smash Bros.
yeah, in Ultimate they implemented this thing that's really interesting, and it was one of the smartest takes I think they could have done. Remember how I said they're in the classic mode, they recreate moments from the games with different Smash Bros characters? Well, in Spirit mode, they recreate characters from the game, so you can battle those characters, kind of. So they're using Smash Bros characters, and they're changing the stipulations of the battle. So say, I don't know, for example, if you want to fight like a Blastoise, right? Which is a Pokemon, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the bigger version of Squirtle.
Okay, I got it now.
And basically, like, it's just Squirtle, but he's big, and he's got more powerful water moves, right? So it's like you're fighting Blastoise, but it's within the parameters like that they're still able to do. So they're giving you the ability to play against all these well-known characters, but just not in the traditional sense of the character being there without having to code an entirely new character.
Oh, I see,
They just
okay.
use these rules and these stipulations to make it seem like you're fighting these characters. And it's so interesting because you still have the ability to play against those, you know, fight those characters or those characters that you love or whatever, see them in the game, sort of. And it's just a love child of the best parts of what the game is. And there's like, I think there's something crazy like 1,000, like 2,000 different spirits. And that's 2,000 different characters that have been referenced and that you can play against. And it's just
Wow.
oh, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Tearing up. Yeah, it was, and that's what makes the World of Light so fun, because it's kind of like a board game, right? And then each spot that you move to has another spirit that you have to fight. And so there's like 3 different maps. And so in the first map, it's like certain characters. And the next map, it's bigger, badder characters. And then the final map, it's the baddest of the bad.
Can I do something unorthodox?
Yes. Of course.
Because we were talking about being a nerd, or I called you a nerd. I work at Barnes & Noble. I've said this before, but I can't stop spending money. And so
She's surrounded by all these cool books.
They're just so cool. But yesterday, it was Saturday, I sent you a picture, and I was like, I bought more stuff. And I bought this giant, like, Pikachu stuffed animal, and now I sleep with it. Like, it's huge, and, like, I can cuddle it as I go to sleep. But I also got this Marvel sticker book. Just real quick, because nobody thinks the things that I think are funny. I think this is hilarious. It's classic stickers, but they like have their catchphrases and things, and they're so dumb.
Oh, I love it.
And
I love it.
so
Look at this
great.
guy. This Conan. Shall we dance?
There's one with Captain America that I think is so great.
Is it up in the front?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Look, Mom, no cavities.
Yes, it's just
Invisible Girl. I use vanishing cream.
I don't know.
Oh, these are so awesome.
Aren't they great?
These are the living mummy. Which hand has the M&Ms? Oh, this is the best.
Thank you.
This is awesome.
I have showed 3 people. I have showed my friends from high school. I showed my brother this, and like I'm dying laughing reading all these to them, and they're just staring at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? These are the funniest things.
Dracula. So this is how you do the hustle. That shit is awesome.
It's so good.
Oh, there's more. There's different
so
styles.
Many. Yes, there's so many of them.
Oh, geez. I'm ripping off like the side plastic part.
And then they have like the like you can get just their heads,
their
and
heads.
then like the comic book. Like,
Oh, I love that.
That's so cool.
That's so cool. Can I have some of these?
No.
Okay, cool. I want.
Yeah, you can if you want. And then all of these in the back are
They're
posters.
like posters.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I'm sorry. It just because I called you a nerd, and when I was checking out, because I'm an employee, so I get like a discount, and I can't check out myself because it's like breaking the rules and
Yeah,
stuff.
because you could just be like, everything is free.
Free, yeah. And so somebody else had to check me out, and I was like, I'm sorry. I know this is dumb, but I'm a nerd, and so that's why because I'm a nerd, and finally I have people to laugh at it with me.
Yeah,
so that was it. I needed validation. That was me.
So this is how you do the hustle.
Look, Ma, no cavities.
Oh, it's so dumb.
It is, but like, all of their phrases like relate to who they are. Like Spider-Man says like bug off because he's Spider-Man. But what does cavities have to do with Captain America?
Is it because he's making fun of the British? That's what it is. He's making fun of, because it's a stereotype that British people have bad teeth, and he's Captain America.
Interesting.
And he's look ma no cavities.
Wow,
that's really racist.
Never mind. Maybe it's not funny. It's not.
Out of context, it's much funnier.
Yeah, it is. Let's not try and
contextualize any more of these.
It's funny because it's random.
I'd drink the tea if there was any.
Yeah, I wanted coffee, but we didn't get any coffee. I bought these at IKEA.
IKEA?
Yeah.
They sell... I've never been to an IKEA. I guess I don't know what they sell.
You've never been to an IKEA?
I think I might have been... No, I've been to a Rooms to Go, but never to an IKEA.
Oh, IKEA is so much different. So there's like a whole like showroom. Like you walk through this maze of just rooms and offices, bathrooms, kitchens, bedrooms, everything, and they have all of their products out. And so as you're going through, you see like, oh, that's a cool like lamp. You write down the number, and then after you go through the entire showroom, then you're in the marketplace where they have all of the stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then you can be like, oh yeah, this lamp. I wrote down the number. I want this lamp.
Huh. That's cool.
It is really cool. I like it, but you get lost.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's an SCP that's the infinite IKEA.
Oh no!
It's just you enter the IKEA and then you just can't leave.
Yeah, I've heard people make memes and they're like the Swedish meatballs that they have are made of the people who couldn't find their way out of IKEA.
They have meatballs at IKEA?
You haven't heard about their Swedish meatballs?
That's got to be a bit, right? That's not real.
No, the 100%. Like, because IKEA is a Swedish like based store, and so they sell like Swedish meatballs. Like it's like a thing.
Hey Siri. Does IKEA sell meatballs?
Yes.
Okay, I found this on the web for does IKEA sell meatballs.
Yes, they have
Check
like a
it
whole
out.
cafe in there that they sell like. It's like you ever go into a Sam's and they have like 49-cent like hot dogs or something. Like that's what it is like at IKEA.
What's a Sam's Club?
Yeah, Sam's Club.
I've never had a membership.
Oh. Well, I don't know what else. I've never been to Costco. I don't know if Costco has one.
I don't know.
Have you ever been to Costco?
No.
I don't know, but it has like a little restaurant inside of the building, but it's like really cheap food, and so you can get like pretzels and you can get like slices of pizza and cinnamon buns and Swedish meatballs.
Stop talking about food. I'm so hungry.
I'm sorry. Okay.
All right, let's move on to your thing.
I guess we'll move on to my thing. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about.
Who knows, man? What do you do when you're sad? You spend money.
I spend money.
Yeah.
I buy.
You do the hustle.
I do the hustle.
You do the hustle.
I don't know. I'm in a constant state of
not being happy.
Not being happy. So there's like I don't know what to say because I mean I guess you repeated yourself. I just watch like sitcoms, like any kind of sitcom, Friends, The Office, Parks and Rec. New Girl.
Yeah,
How
that's
I
the
Met
one
Your
that we
Mother.
were watching together. New Girl.
New Girl.
I really,
so
really
good.
liked that one.
So good.
Unironically, I enjoyed that one.
So I don't know what to like. I guess my thing is like sitcoms in general. But here's the thing. That's why I was asking: are we going to talk about like comfort, or are we going to talk about new stuff? Because I don't have Netflix anymore, and that's where all of the sitcoms are. Mm-hmm. Well, some of them are on like HBO Max now, but and on Peacock. They put The Office on Peacock, and
Been watching The Office.
Haven't been watching The Office.
Peacock is free, isn't it? No. Tubi is free. Tubi's the free one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, you can use Tubi. It's got ads in it, but you can watch a lot of shows for free. That's what Chris is using right now because I had to drop my Hulu subscription and my my Shudder subscription because I'm broke.
I have all of the subscriptions. I have
Netflix?
Hulu, HBO Max. Because I have Hulu, HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Discovery Plus. What's the other one what's the new one that like, Paramount Plus, because I wanted to watch iCarly, the new iCarly.
How was that?
Not good.
Oh.
Miranda Cosgrove, listen. I know you listen to the podcast.
Yeah, Miranda.
Miranda to Miranda. Listen. You're a wonderful actress, and I loved you in iCarly. I loved you in Drake and Josh, and School Rock, whatever it was called. You're great. I don't know what happened. I don't know. What are you doing?
I don't know. I found something and then I was looking at it.
it's just her acting in it. I don't know if that's what it's meant to be. Is it supposed to be like bad and like cringy? Because her acting is just, it's not good. It's just,
Really?
no. It's so like obvious. I guess it's,
Is it like too meta? Is it like she's
maybe that's what it is. Like I guess like, because it's like they're playing off of a children's show,
Yeah.
and so they have to keep it like they have to stay in their personalities, obviously, but their personalities were childlike, but now they're adults acting like children. And it's, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just the personality doesn't, like, it wasn't shifted enough for her to be an adult now.
Yeah, I get that.
I
Yeah.
guess.
What about Jerry Trainer? Does he do a good job?
Yeah, he does. I
Good.
think, I mean, because he stayed the same. He was already, like, an adult.
Yeah, I love Jerry Trainer. I mean, I think personally when it comes to iCarly, I think that Jerry Trainer sort of pulls it all together.
He really does, yeah.
He's amazing. He's hilarious, the work that he does, and the way that they use him in shows is bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Trainer plays Spencer, if you don't know who that is. He's in a lot of Dan Schneider's stuff. He was also in Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
But he always plays sort of this, like the comedic crazy.
Yeah, he is.
He plays it so well,
the
and
wacky.
I think it's because he is able to so well commit to the bits that he's doing.
Yeah.
And it just makes it so funny. He's hilarious. Anyways, continue.
No, she's overacting. Like, you can tell, like, she's trying so hard. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's not realistic. I don't know how to describe it, but we're not gonna continue talking about iCarly. I don't know. But so the thing that I was saying was, I haven't been able to watch a lot of sitcoms recently, and I feel like I've talked like Friends and The Office. I mean, those shows still make me laugh, like, to this day. Like, I've been watching Friends since I was, I don't know, 7. It would come on at Nick at Night.
Yeah.
So after, like, all the cartoons, like, right at 7 o'clock, Friends would come on. First it was George Lopez, and then George Lopez was so
Did
good.
you know there's like a phenomena where everyone born between like 96 and 04 like would wake up to George Lopez?
Yeah.
Right? And it was so weirdly potent that when they did a study on why kids would do that, they brought people in, and anybody that wasn't like within that age range would not wake up, but anyone that was within that age range, whenever they played the George Lopez, they would wake up.
I think I saw TikToks about this. I didn't know that they actually did a study.
Yeah.
But I saw TikToks about, like, people playing, like, the George Lopez, like, while somebody's sleeping and then waking up. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It's insane. What did they put in that show
They
did to our brains?
They brainwashed us. No, I 100%. It used to come on at 7. Like,
Yeah.
I remember that was the first thing that would come on at Nick at Night was George Lopez. And then it fell out of style. And so the shows that fall out of style, they put later at night. They put it at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I started waking up at 2 in the morning to George Lopez.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's where I've watched. So I've seen Friends like hundreds of times. I used to keep count of like how many times I had seen the entire series. The last time I figured it out was like 12. By now it's way more. And when I say watch, I mean a lot of the time I just have it on in the background because anxiety, and I
You need something to listen to.
need something to listen to.
Yeah.
So it's probably well beyond like 20 at this point, just listening to it over and over again. And I binge watched that like after my breakup. Like, that was all that I watched. Like, and then the show would end and I was like, nope, we're starting right again.
All
like,
the way
it was
over.
just over and over again. And so I guess that's like my comfort show.
Yeah.
But it didn't pull me out of being sad. I mean, it was something nice to put on and listen to. I just couldn't. That's why I can't figure out a comfort, because like I'm sad no matter what. I mean, the shows will get me to stop crying.
Yeah, I mean, and the essence of it, I mean, it doesn't have to
that's-
necessarily make you less sad. It's just like, what do you go to when you don't feel good, and why do you go to it?
Sleep is what I just can't be awake anymore. No, it'd probably be Friends, or more recently it'd be New Girl, because
Yeah.
I just haven't. New Girl is still fairly new to me.
Because it's So it's the
Yeah, explain the bit while I look.
it's because she's a girl, and she's watching New Girl, and she said that New Girl was, relatively new to her, and she's a girl, and so that was the bit.
I want to be in my own sitcom so badly. I just want to be part of The Office. Okay, I'm trying to figure out when the last season of New Girl came out. Episode guide, season 7 came out in 2018. Okay, so that's when I first started watching it, was in 2018.
So when it was ending.
Yeah, when it was ending, because I binge watched the first 6 seasons, and then I watched season 7 as it came out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Why do you give me that face?
Well, because I was just thinking, I was like, how did you have that much time? And I was like, you were probably still in high school.
In 2018, I was in high school.
Yeah. Yep. That explains it. But also, that's a lot.
But do you not? You know me.
But I know you.
I can binge watch a show like
yeah. That's what you do. That's what you'll do.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you spend your day.
Yeah.
Your day. That's how you spend your day. Is you'll wake up and then phone out.
And that's
then
it.
That's it.
And that's just it's all
that's the
day.
day.
And then until like 3 a.m, and then I'm
Yeah.
done with like 3 seasons. I was like, oh, okay.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, I binge watched Inside Job like in a day. I told you about that, right? That's the it's the new animated adult comedy on Netflix, which is actually good. It's by someone that was on the team of Gravity Falls.
Oh, y'all keep telling me to watch this.
Yeah.
I don't have Netflix.
Here's the thing, though. We'll have a binge watch party. I think that was the Cam and Kat were planning to do that
Okay.
anyway.
Oh, it's only 10 episodes.
Yeah, it's super short. And they're only
this is
20 each.
easy.
So it's
And I binge watched Squid Games in a night.
yeah, you could do this in like an hour,
Yeah.
maybe. Wait, 10.
Like, I break
10
the
times-
laws of physics when it comes to binge watching television. Like, if it takes like 4 hours to watch a show, I finish it in 2. Like, he's doing math.
Hour and a half.
Yeah. No way.
Wait,
That's not. No, these episodes can't be that short.
they're
How long
only
are
20
they?
minutes each.
Really?
Yeah.
So 20 minutes times 10 is 200 minutes, and then divided by 60. 200 divided by 60 is what, 3? 3 hours?
3.25 hours.
Yeah. Wow, I did that. Okay. So it would take 3 hours, 3.25 hours. I would finish it in an hour.
My brain hurts.
So, Friends, New Girl. My point of bringing up Friends, and because I was gonna switch on to something else, but my point about bringing up Friends and the fact that I've watched it so many times, and the fact that I've watched New Girl.
The recording stopped on the camera. It said it was busy. I looked up a minute ago and it popped up. So I'm not sure because I looked down and I was typing something.
Did it stop recording?
Did it stop recording?
It said the camera was busy.
Busy doing what? What are you busy with? Well, technical difficulties, so...
I already said it.
Okay. All right, so there's the possibility, very small possibility, but we'll find out after we record if we lost all of that footage.
That'll be fun.
That'll be great. That'd be really awkward. Continue.
Whole point, I keep saying it over and over. Okay, the whole point is that those shows still make me laugh. I've seen them 20 plus times, and they still make me laugh. And it's because, I don't know what it is at this point. It's just the absurdity of it, I guess. The fact that, I mean, when you first watch it, you're like, okay, that's funny. Like, that would, okay, stop saying, it's just the humor. You're supposed to, and a lot of people don't like sitcoms because they put in the laugh tracks, and that's never deterred me
Really?
from sitcoms. I'm never like, I'm not laughing at that. Why are they
Yeah.
laughing? I've always laughed along the side.
And that's the point of the laugh track,
Yeah.
is because people tend to laugh more often if there's laughter before they laugh, right? No one likes to be the first person to laugh unless they genuinely think it's hilarious,
I guess.
right? So
Okay.
in
There's a
some
lot of
stand-up,
nervous laughter.
well, they stat too. There's also like a thing in stand-up where you'll plant 1 or 2 laughers in the crowd,
Oh,
and then
really?
they'll laugh. You'll tell them like they'll know the set, and then they'll laugh when the jokes hit to spur everybody else to start laughing.
Interesting. I didn't
Especially
know that.
in
Okay.
smaller crowds, right, where there's not as many people that could potentially start the laughter. So you'll plant the laugher.
I can't remember if. I don't think New Girl has laugh tracks. I know Friends does. I know Seinfeld does. I know like the older ones do. The Office and Parks and Rec definitely don't. The one that I can't remember is How I Met Your Mother. I don't
Ooh,
remember
you know
if that
what?
one.
I think
that one's like right on the cusp
think it
of like.
does. Maybe.
so?
Oh, I don't know. Chris is gonna be mad because he's been watching it in the.
Oh, Community! Oh my God, I haven't even talked about Community. Is so good. It's so freaking Abed
Is
and
that the one with?
Oh, what is it? Troy and Abed. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is it the one with Donald Glover?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've seen it.
Because you said Chris, and I was like, oh, Chris loves Community, and like
Yeah.
that's the only thing that we ever talk about because we don't have anything else ever to talk about.
Poor guy.
So-
He's been on the podcast. That's not true.
Yeah.
We talked about Taika Waititi for like an hour.
We talked about comedy, which Community is a sitcom. It's comedy. Yeah, that's all we have. Chris, if you're listening to this, I'd like to talk to you about other stuff.
If you did notice the visual bit, I spun around in my chair. I'm no longer facing the Randoloni.
That's true. Community is also really good. Okay, let me try and pinpoint something.
You did Friends.
I did pinpoint Friends, but like I'm talking about so many things, and I guess I never realized how much I like comedy. But I really do.
Yeah, you
because
do.
like my main thing is like sitcoms. Like people when they're sad, like after a breakup, like will listen to like sad music or breakup music, or they'll watch like romance movies. Like no, in New Girl, like when I know it's a TV show, but when she gets broken up with, she like watches Dirty Dancing like on repeat.
Oh, yeah, that's
over
the
and
bit,
over.
right?
Yeah, and so like. No, I believe 100% there are people in the world who do that, who will watch like romantic movies over and over again, or like sad movies to like just so they can cry and like feel comforted. Like my thing is like comedy, like even and it's like even if I've seen it, but that's part of it is because I've seen it before, and like they say people with anxiety, like you'll just keep rewatching the same shows over and over again because you're too scared to like branch out to new shows, which is 100% true.
Absolutely.
But I don't really like. What do we call it? What's the word? Because I just call it like fart humor or like
Yeah, toilet humor.
yeah, toilet humor. Like
Yeah, that's the word for it.
toilet humor. But and there is a lot of that in sitcoms.
Yeah, I would say, not as much in like more female-oriented sitcoms.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not that much in New Girl, but I mean, there is definitely in Friends. And
Yeah. I mean, it's
in
just like that's the
Community.
thing because farts the one thing that can be funny from the day you're born to the day you die, right? They can be
Randy's shaking her head. Sorry.
circumstantial. Not everybody, but that universally.
When I was younger, I thought they were funny. I hit a point when I don't know, junior year of high school. I was like, this just sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it's funny. I think one of the best things in media is comedically timed farts, but not like gross, like just like a purr, like at the right
Can
time.
you do that again? What was the sound? There you go. That's the sound.
Yeah,
You
I
were-
think
you weren't doing it right.
I was doing it on the wrong side of the mouth.
There you go.
Yeah, because the right side doesn't do it. But I still think that's hilarious. There's a point on a set that I was at when we were just talking, and then I said something, and I did that thing where I get really awkward. I'm like, "Yep," and then I just went. And it was just me and one other actor, and we were dying for the next like 2 takes. We had worked really hard not to like laugh or anything because it was just fun. It's just funny. I think comedically timed farts are God's gift to the world.
Okay. Another thing, because I was trying to remember what made me. I remember dying laughing at something the other day, and I can't remember for the life of me what it was.
I looked directly in the light bulb. I was like, "Oh, what's that over there?" Oh, yeah, how?
I know when we were setting up, I kept looking at this light and then checking the monitor to see if we looked okay. And there got to a point where I was like, I can't see anything on the monitor. I've looked in the light too much.
Yeah. I can't wait till we can like put those up.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Bloopers. I think I was watching like Marvel bloopers, and I think it was the
Oh
funniest
man, bloopers
thing.
are so fun.
Disney. I like Disney too.
You do.
That's not my go-to. I still have to be in like a mood because that's like too happy. That's
Yeah.
like
It's like there's a
like you have to warm up with a sitcom first, and then you're like, okay, I feel better now. Now we'll go to like a Disney movie, you know?
Yeah.
Because sitcoms, they still because to have your highs, you have to have the lows, and
That's
so
true.
like it's really there are no lows. Pixar movies.
Also, in a lot of old Disney movies, what do the moms do? They die.
They die.
Lots of moms die.
So Disney sitcoms, that's what usually does it. Yeah. But I haven't been able to watch my whole thing. Okay, and then I'll stop. Okay, whole thing. We won't get into it. But I haven't been able to watch those things recently. So I have actually been watching some new shows on Hulu that are actually pretty good. I've been watching Dope Sick, which is, have you heard of it?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay, so it's about like the opioid epidemic. It's really good. The episodes are coming out every week, which bothers me because they released like the first 4 episodes and then now they're doing weekly uploads, and I'm like, you got me, because you got me with the first 4, and of course I'm gonna keep coming back for the next. It's really good. The acting in it is really phenomenal, and the dramatization and everything is really great. The other thing that I've been watching is Only Murders in the Building.
That sounds fun.
It's so good. So good. It's about a podcast.
No way.
You need to watch it.
Oh,
you
no,
need
I have to watch
it
if it's about a podcast.
Everybody out there, you have to watch it. Okay, because it has Steve Martin, it has Selena Gomez, and it has that guy who played the Frost in Santa Claus. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, no. No, I don't.
Let me just look up Only Murders in the Building.
That sounds so interesting. Only Murders. You know, I saw a little clip about that, how something about it, but I don't remember what it was.
It has Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez are the 3 main characters. And so what it is, it's these 3 people living in an apartment complex, and there's somebody gets killed, or they first say that it's a suicide, and then these 3 like crime like podcast junkies are like, no, we love crime and all that, and we're gonna solve the murder. And then they start solving it, and then they're like, we have to make this a podcast.
Oh my god, that's so smart.
And then the podcast like takes off. It's on like Jimmy Fallon, and they start getting fame, and they're like, wait a minute, but we have to like actually solve the murder now.
Is it Steve Martin that does the podcast?
Yeah.
That's the Cheaper by the Dozen guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, I love him.
And it's so good, and like the twist. Okay. This is gonna be my recommendation. So this is just taking up the
recommendations.
Time. This is Only Murders in the Building, so this is what I've been watching recently, and it makes me so happy. Like, this is laugh out loud. It's great. The acting in it is, I'm not gonna say bad, it's just different. It's very obvious that they are like overacting, but that's
melodramatic.
Like, they're melodramatic, but that's part of it. Like that's like the thing is like they're making fun of like all the true crime like podcasts and documentaries and everything that are out there. So they like all of them are being like melodramatic and like overplaying the situation, but that's what makes it so hilarious. And the twists and turns, I said this before and I'll say it again, I usually can pick out who the murderer is. I could not in this. And I don't want to give it away because I was like,
don't.
I'm not, but like it's not my fault, okay? It's not my fault.
It's not my fault I'm dumb.
It's not my fault that I'm dumb because they played tricks on me. They
played tricks on me.
They did. They really played tricks on me, and because I'm not gonna say it because then it'll give it away to whoever watches it. But I won't say it. But it's really good. Like you don't know who the murderer is until the very end. There's like it's so good and it's so funny. And if you love podcasts, this is a podcast in TV format.
There you go.
It really is. They narrate the episodes.
Hell yeah.
That are, and
That's
every
awesome.
episode starts with a little title card of the title of like the podcast episode.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's so good. Okay.
That's so fun.
That's.
I guess my recommendation will probably be, I don't want to recommend Smash Bros again, because I was talking about it. I think I'll say Death Stranding, which is a weird comfort recommendation.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know what it is. It's the Kojima game, most recent Kojima game. Who developed Death Stranding? Yeah, Kojima. Kojima is the dude that made Metal Gear, but he came out with a game in 2019, 2020, around pandemic time, so it was 2020, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's totally left field from what it was. It's basically like a package delivering simulator in like a world that's been devastated by this rain that creates like time fall is what they call it. So I've talked about it on the podcast before, but time fall is like rain that if the water hits you, it advances time, and so like you get old.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And it's also got this interesting like beings that are in the interstice between life and death, and at its core, it's like a walking sim with a little bit of action stealth. For me, the game was super comforting. Like because it's like very soundtrack based. So as you progress through the game, at certain moments while you're walking, the camera will zoom out into cinematic mode, and then they have an album of music created by different artists that they'll show you the title of the song. When you can actually get the album on like Apple Music and stuff.
Oh, cool.
They'll show you the title of the song and who produced it, and then they'll start playing the music while you're walking, and then it's so cool. It's a very Kojima style game, so super like meta, like poking fun at you being a gamer in interesting ways to subvert expectations. And as well as the walking, a lot of people give it shit because its production is weird and it's not another Metal Gear game. It's not like the Metal Gear games, but that was very purposeful. But the walking in it is really satisfying to me. It plays a lot on like balancing, so you're stacking packages on your back, and the more you stack, the more you weigh. At some point, like you weigh so much that like you've got like 30 packages on top of you, and it's stacked 3 times as high as you are. And then you use the triggers on the controller to control its balance. And so you can hold on to these straps with both triggers and move a little bit slower, but less likely to topple over. Or you can move quicker if you need to run, but then you might have to trip. You might trip over the terrain, and there's this crazy like terrain gear that you wear that it like shoots a laser out, and then it tells you like if the terrain is too rough for you to walk on. It's really intricate, really fun, and it's super relaxing just to walk around if there's no crazy monsters trying to chase you. That part's stressful, but it's okay because it doesn't happen as often as just walking around. So yeah, that's what I'll recommend. So thanks so much for joining us on this intellectual journey. I feel like we have to look into the camera now, not the computer. Thanks so much.
I've been looking at the camera the whole time, and I feel like you have it.
I've been looking at you in the camera.
I know, but every time you look over here, I don't think you look at the camera.
No, I definitely am looking at the time.
Above, or like you look around the camera, but never at it.
Because I don't look in people's eyes anyway.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
but
true.
Anyway, thanks so much for joining us on this intellectual journey. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
Bye. I feel like I had to use a wave.
Media for the Intellectually Impoverished is hosted by Trey Taylor Smith and Miranda Randy Zapes.
Produced by Cam Ritchie and edited by Kat Trapella.
You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at MFTII Podcast.
Subscribe to our YouTube at Media for the Intellectually Impoverished or email us at mftiipodcast@gmail.com.
Thanks for listening.